Fenton and I'm an aeromodeller and an engineer. Join me on a fascinating journey where I show you some of the techniques used in scale aeromodelling. Hello again modellers, and welcome back to the channel. I know I never seem to finish anything, so I'm going to start something else just to prove that I never finish anything. So I managed to get selected to fly in the British team at the World Championships in July at Buckminster, so I'm really honoured about that and I'm really pleased. I'm flying in F4B, which is control line scale, and I'm flying the Chipmunk that I flew at the World Championships a few years ago and managed to pick up silver. So with a bit of luck, push a bit harder, maybe I'll be lucky, who knows. Anyway, I thought it might be a good idea to build a model of the same size, same wing section for control line for practice just between now and July. So I wanted a quick to build model and I'm going to go for a profile scale model, which is a flat fuselage as the name implies. So it'll be a profile fuselage and I'm going to use a foam wing to speed things along. So if you want to join in and follow along, here we go. So to start with, I've drawn out the root and tip ribs for my 70-inch Dennis Bryant Chipmunk. So these are going to be my templates for the foam wing. Now I've rung around a few people to try and get these wings cut, and it's proved a little bit difficult, i.e. either the foam panels are too big for some people and another person was unable to read my drawings. So I decided to cut my losses here and just cut them myself. Now, as you know, I'm not an expert in any of this, and I am certainly not an expert at cutting foam cores, and I've never done it before. Watched a couple of videos and that's it. So this could be another one of my videos where it just doesn't actually work, but never mind. Follow along and we'll either conquer it or fail together. So the videos I've seen, it seems to imply that the nichrome wire, well, let's go back to the beginning. Foam wing cores are cut using a hot wire technique, and you use nichrome wire and you connect a voltage to it, and the voltage depends on how long the wire is, how thin the wire is. To get the temperature right, you need to up the voltage to get it right. Now, I've seen videos where people have been cutting about a 1 meter cut, which is what we're looking at here, just under. They've not told me what the diameter of the wire is, so I've gone for two thicknesses of wire. I've gone for a 30 gauge and a 32 gauge. Hopefully one of those two will do it. Looking at them, they look a lot finer than what I've seen on the videos, but we'll see. And so they've been looking at about 18 volts over this wire to get the required heat to cut through this. So I will do a little bit of experimenting to see whether we can get the voltage right or not. I intend to try and use one of my LiPo chargers, which actually has a wire cutting setting. So I'm going to try that and have a monkey about with that. That should get us somewhere. So what I need to do is to make a bow, which is effectively a beam with a couple of posts down it, and then the wire is stretched across there. I'm going to put some sort of tensioning on there so that I can pull the bow open and put more tension on the wire as I need it. The reason I want to do that is I think the wire is going to expand as it gets hot, so the tension that I set on it when it's cold won't be the same when it's hot. And I believe it won't necessarily shrink back to the same size each time, so I want some sort of adjustment. Even if it's a piece of cord across the top that is twisted with a stick, you know, like you would a ligature on your leg if you cut yourself or something like that, whatever. So we need a bow, we need a power supply, which I've covered. So we need nichrome wire for the bow, and I've got two sizes here. We need foam. So trying to get foam was not as easy as I thought it would be, but I did manage to get six packs of 50 mil by about, I don't know, about 1,000, 1,200 it is in fact, 1,200 by 600, 50 mil thick. The wing section I need is 837 long, so I've got more than enough length. The width is 329 mil, so we got more than enough width. And the depth is actually just over 50. It's about 51 millimeters. We've got 50. So I'm going to reduce the camber on the root rib by a fraction. This drawing was done with the root rib right at the center line of a profile fuselage. The root rib is effectively slightly larger than it really should be, because the wing panels usually have a center section on the Chipmunk and then an outer panel. I'm making it as two panels that meet in the middle. So the root rib is slightly bigger, and this is the projected slightly bigger size. So I think I can lose a couple of mil off of this, or even just let the wire cutter go outside the foam for the last little bit and not worry about it. So I can get away with 50 mil thickness of styrofoam or expanded polystyrene. I've been warned about the polystyrene that it must be pure polystyrene, or what they call it, raw, I think they call it. And it mustn't have any impurities in it, otherwise the wire will snag as it's going through the process, and that'll leave ridges in it and it's not so nice. I'm not too worried about that. I've only got 2 wing panels to make. If I have to sand them a little bit to get them right, then fine, we'll do that. So I should be able to do it out of these bits of wood. This was, with shipping, cost 50 quid. So it's not the cheapest way to do it. You could probably get it cheaper elsewhere, and you know, the courier was 7 or 8 quid. So if you collect it, that would be even better. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a bow, we'll play around with the voltages, and we'll get it to cut this. Once we're happy that I've got the voltages right and the speeds and stuff like that right, then we're going to move on to making a setup, a rig, using these little bearinged nylon pulley wheels. I've got a box of them, 16 I think they were, or 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. 16 pulley wheels, I only need 4. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a beam, a metal beam, about, well, it's going to be 1 meter, 1100 mil long, and it will have 2 bearing wheels on the top, and they'll be adjustable in width. And I can move these out so that I can set the length of the panel. Also on the beam are 2 more wheels that are mounted perpendicular, and they can also slide along the beam. Okay, and the idea is you have an arm attached to the bench at one end, a long arm, about 1 meter long, and at the other end you put a weight, something like a bottle of water, or something you can increase the weight by adding more water, or something like a weight. And the idea is that that beam that's pivoted at one end can swing down with the weight of the bottle of water. The beam with the pulleys on it is clamped to the bench, and the 2 pulleys, the horizontal pulleys are set to be the width of the wing panel. The vertical pulleys are positioned such that the length of the cut on the tip rib, and it is a proportion of the length of the cut on the root rib. So if the root rib is 100% of the cut, the tip, in this case, is 50% of the cut. So I need to pull, using this system, the hot wire faster on the root rib than on the tip rib, twice the speed in fact. So this system with the pulleys, and I think it's called a feather cut system, I'm not sure, but anyway, this system with the pulleys allows, as the weight pulls down, it pulls harder on the tip rib than it does on the root, and it cuts so that it pulls through the foam at the same time. I'm just waiting now for what's called a T-section piece of alloy extruding, 1 meter long. It's T-section, and you've probably seen it on resin printers and 3D printers. They quite often use this aluminium T-section, square aluminium, because you can put bolts through it and bolt things together and make frames and stuff like that. I just want one length of that, and you'll see that the hole in the middle of these is 6 mil, and I'm going to use a 6 mil M6 bolt, slide it in the channel with a wing nut on top, which allows me to just slacken it, slide the pulleys up and down as I need, to make the distances as we require. So once that channel arrives, I'll do a bit of assembly, and we'll have a bit of a play with trying to get it to hot wire a couple of wing cores. I intend to just, if we can get them to cut, I intend to just sheet them in balsa. I'll do a solid balsa leading edge, balsa sheeting for the upper and lower leading edge sections, and then I'm going to put cap strips where the ribs would be for the rear section. We won't add ailerons because we don't need it for the control line version, but we will need flaps, so we will cut these out and add flaps as well. Anyway, so it should be an interesting little project. So if you're interested, then click subscribe and follow along, and hopefully there'll be another video in a couple of days when this extruded aluminium arrives and we can start making the rig, shall we say. Anyway, I'm quite excited about this. It should be a bit of fun. It's something different, and maybe we'll actually finish this. Who knows? All right. Okay, thanks for watching. See you on the next one.